I gotta see what the sink looked like after that picture, because if it was bloody, we have all officially been bamboozled. What's up, everyone? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email. That's right here. But right now, we are going to talk about this new album that comes to us from Injury Reserve, and it is called Floss. Injury Reserve is a trio out of Arizona with Steppa J. Groggs and Richie with a T on the mic, and you got Parker Corey handling the beat. So if you're not familiar with them, now you are. And last year they actually dropped a project called Live from the Dentist Office, which really got a lot of buzz going and got people talking. So I never got around to reviewing that one, but this one right here has been requested more than some goddamn chicken nuggets at McDonald's, of course with the extra sauce, because you know you gotta have like a 1 sauce to 2 to 3 nugget ratio. So since you guys have been requesting this so damn much, I had to come through for you and see what the hype was all about. And one of the things that really stuck out to me about this is some of that banging ass production and also these crazy aggressive hooks. You can hear that on the 2 singles, Oh Shit and All This Money, where we get some bass heavy production and some hooks that'll definitely get people chanting. And both of these songs sound like they would be perfect for live shows. I can just imagine people bouncing up and down like Gianna Michaels' titties on a trampoline. And if you don't know who it is, man, then whew. That is definitely a lot of bounce. Trust me, believe me. Google it if you want, but you know what? Make sure your parents or your wife or your girl aren't in the room or they might be wondering what you're up to. But I really like when they're making these aggressive tracks. I actually think that's when they're at their best and it's one of their strengths, like I said. But they do experiment with some other sounds as well, because on the song S on Your Chest, they actually come through with this nice jazz sample, and this one has some humorous bars on it as well, including on the hook where they switch up the word nigga with neighbor so that the white kids can play along, because they definitely don't play that shit, and they make it clear a couple of times on this album that they are not with that. Now you're also going to hear something on here that kind of made me question what Richie with the T was saying, man, because he said that Big Pooh is kind of whack, and I know he is no Fonte. Not many rappers are, because Fonte is incredibly dope, but I don't know. I don't think Big Pooh was really that whack. I know maybe this line was just kind of a joke or whatever, but Big Pooh definitely held up his end of the bargain on some of those Little Brother classics, so I just can't dismiss him like that. I had to call it out, but I still like this track. I like to hear that they're using some versatile sounds coming in on this jazz production, but I still just prefer them when they're making those more bass-heavy banger type of tracks, including Bad Boys 3, where they actually flip a sample from Dilated People's track This Way. That's an older one that was produced by Kanye. It's pretty dope, so check it out if you're not familiar. And you also get a really dope reference to that classic E40 verse on Tell Me When to Go. You know which one I'm talking about. Jesus Christ, head dreads, so shake 'em. I don't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. Oh boy. Now, when it comes to the content on this one, it doesn't get too deep and thought-provoking, but there are a couple of moments on here that really did stick out to me amongst all the fun and lighthearted references you'll hear on this album, including a Rey Mysterio reference that I heard on one of these songs. So shout out to Rey Mysterio Jr., even though people were blaming him for killing a guy. I think it was like last year when that guy died on the ropes, but Rey Mysterio Jr. is still one of the greats. But as far as the songs on here that stuck out to me as far as content go, I gotta say that the 2016 interlude was cool because it's very brutal, humorous, and also honest, because Richie with the T is just calling out all the bullshit that went on in 2016. And Happy New Year, by the way, because this is the first review of 2017. But he's calling out people who are being transphobic, Islamophobic, and even the people who still deny global warming despite Nova Scotia being like 10 degrees at the start of January. It's crazy. It rarely does that here, but we've had all kinds of rain when really it should be snowing. Although I'm not complaining, I don't really want too much snow. I already did some shoveling earlier in December, but goddamn it, it is definitely getting warm around here. I like that he's calling out these people who still deny that. And another song on here that had some great content is Look Mama, I Did It, where we get this nice gospel-infused production, and all members are just going in, showing love to their family members, and also just detailing their come up a little bit. So I like this track because it was kind of personal. It makes you connect with them as artists, and it's important for artists to do that once in a while. So I do like the bangers, but also these moments where they come through and they kind of let you know who they are, what they've been through, and where they're from. It just makes for an honest moment, and I thought that was a pretty dope track and a good way to end the album. It's a nice little bow to put on top of this present, so to speak. But there are a couple moments on here that I really didn't care for, starting with Back Then. The bassy production on this just gets kind of tedious. It's very uninventive and there's not much happening to it. And the auto-tune hook on this just seems completely out of place. It's almost uncharacteristic because some of these other hooks are so damn good with that yelling, that aggressiveness, just the original vocal styles that they bring. So to use auto-tune on here just seemed out of place. It just doesn't seem like they need to do that because they have better vocal styles. And you know what? Auto-tune doesn't always work for me. I like it sometimes, once in a while, but this was one song song where I felt like it really didn't fit. And it's the same thing on Keep Slippin' featuring Vic Mensa, because this song has a more traditional hip-hop sound to it, and they're rapping about how they've dealt with different issues like substance abuse and depression, and then you get an auto-crooned hook, and it just kind of sucks the soul out of it. It would have been so much more powerful with the real singer coming in and dropping some nice vocals, in my opinion. I mean, obviously they're the artist, they make the choice, they know what it is they want to make, but I'm just telling you my opinion and what I didn't really care for about this album. And those were a couple of moments, along with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, where the hook just gets so damn repetitive with that nursery rhyme, and then there's some screamo antics on it as well, where they're just yelling on some Broken Side type of shit. And if you don't know who Broken Side is, you probably don't want to look them up, because that shit is just terrible. But in the end, I'm still going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. I don't have too many complaints here, and I like the chemistry and energy that Injury Reserve brings. There are a lot of fun tracks on here. They do have some nice lyrical moments. They definitely got bars, some good beats, but this one wasn't as great to me as a lot of people were saying. Like, I saw some people saying how this was way better than the new Run the Jewels, which, you know, I don't think you really need to compare a newer group like this to Run the Jewels, because LP and Killer Mike have been around forever, and they are two very different groups. But a lot of people have brought that to me as a discussion topic, and I just don't agree with it at all. But that's okay, man. This is still a really dope group. They're a lot of fun. Check them out for sure. 3.5 out of 5 feels fair to me, but hit me up in the comments section with your rating, and let me know what you think about this one, man. I also want you to make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and of course, man, you gotta subscribe to my channel and click like on that Facebook page. The year-end lists are in the works, so you'll probably see them popping up throughout this week, because it's 2017 now. So hopefully you guys had a good 2016, even though it was pretty fucked up through most of it. But you know what? We got a new year now. Make the best of it. Thank you for supporting the channel for all this time. I actually posted a nice thank you message to all of you on the Facebook page, and I also opened up with some suggestions that I want you guys to give me, actually. I have a couple suggestions on there myself of what I might try with the channel, but you guys can let me know if you have any ideas and what you want to see over on that Facebook page. So thank you once again for watching and supporting, and I will see you next time.